How's it going? Good evening, good evening. This is Coach Ray with the Brownsville Royal Knights, and this is the Chess Puzzle Show. Guys, how's it going? Yeah, we're live on the YouTube channel of ACTITUD y PASIÓN. We're live from the Brownsville Royal Knight page, and we're live on my profile, my profile Facebook page. So, guys, how's it going today? I got some comments already. Hey, look at here, Daniel. What's up? How's it going, man? I've been really busy, man. I've been in front of chessport since this morning. This weekend we're having a regional at McAllen. I mean, in Harlingen High School up in Harlingen, the Cardinal land, and they treated us really well there. Thanks a lot, Cardinals, Harlingen Cardinals, for letting us go in there and do our chess thing as they said on the what is it, searching for Bobby Fischer movie, the chess thing, right? But guys, it's been a great weekend. The Royal Knights have been doing really good. Man, it's time to win and win and win. We've had a great day today. Tomorrow we're going to go for 3 more points. Some kids went undefeated. Some kids got 3 points. Very few of them got 2 points and lost 2. But you know what? Tomorrow they're going to make up and they hopefully go home with 5 points. We're playing 7 rounds and everything is great right now. Believe it or not, after this show, I have a lesson with a new student. I've been getting calls. Coach Ray, can you help me? Hey, can you get with me? And who knows? Maybe later on I'll do another lesson after around 9 o'clock. I'm not too sure. But guys, I get the job done, man. I get kids, to play better and all of that, and that's what I do. That's what I do. So, guys, I want to go over some stuff. I want to go over some puzzles like we normally do, and then hopefully we'll get into some situations. And if you have any questions, guys, out there, especially those that are playing with right now this weekend, type it in. And let's see if I can help you guys. If not, hopefully we got state coming up in March. Texas has a state, super state. March, the first weekend of March, I think it's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and all of that. Hey, look who's here, Caroline. How's it? Sweet Caroline. Hey, I like that. That's great. Super cool. Thank you for being here. So, guys, without further ado, let me go ahead and share our first puzzle of the evening. And here we go. It's puzzle. Here we go. Boom. So let's see what you guys see. Puzzle number 1. Daniel, let's see what you see. You're always up for a quick puzzle, man. Let's see what happens. Oops, what did I do? No, okay, I'm cool with that. So what do you see, Daniel? Hold on, let me move this puzzle over and let me make this one bigger for you guys. Hold on, there you go. Come on. All right, can't grab it. There you go. All right, so no, I can't do that. So let me put it over here. Let me squeeze this box over there and let me bring it to this other side. There you go. I'm grabbing it. So, guys, meanwhile, tell me what you think of the puzzle and let's see what we do. All right, here we go. All right, there it is. Fine. I'm grabbing it. I can't get it. All right. Oh, I know why. Because this guy needs to get higher. All right, cool. There you go. All right, is that better, guys? Is the board looking a little bit better there? All right, so Daniel, or who's telling me here? Daniel says bishop takes, what do you say? Bishop takes the pawn check. Okay, let's see. Let me look at that. Bishop takes the pawn check, king takes, and then we have that. Okay, let's see. Bishop takes the pawn check. All right, good job, Daniel. I'm sure your follow-up will be probably check with the queen, and he goes back, and then of course we follow up with a knight for a checkmate here. He had no defense, but he must take, and we win a queen. Very good, Daniel. Good job. All right, let me replay that one for you guys. Let me just put it here. And this is the board, guys. The idea here is to expose the king to more checks. Does that make sense? Expose the king to more checks. The king is in the dark square. So that's very important, guys, that you look at the squares, at the color of the square, and see where it's at. Does that make sense? Cool. So that's why the bishop sacrifices. It sacrifices to expose the king. The king can go here and we just got a free pawn, but he's going to take. We come back with the queen controlling all of this line. And of course this, and he's got to go there. So we know that checkmate is going to be here. If we can get the queen, what is it, to h2, we would create checkmate. So we need a helper. We need somebody to protect it. And there it is. And there's no way this queen's going to control that square. There's no way this knight's going to come all the way. Bishops, it would be, but he can't get to this square because the knight's in the way. The pawn can push, but this pawn's in the way of the queen protecting here, so nothing. So the only thing white can do is, of course, sacrifice the queen to survive, and then, of course, queen captures, and basically you should have a win here in, you know, a couple of maybe 10 moves or maybe 15 or something like that. But that's where that goes, okay? Let's go to the next puzzle here. Here we go. Very good. Good job, Daniel. All right. So the king has just moved to f7. What can we do? Like I said, always look at the square, the color of the square that the king's up. So what can we do here? What do you guys see here? Let me see this, and let's, yeah, there it is. It's on. Let me put a little heart on that one, and give me the move. What do you see? What do you see here? We're live on that one. We're live on this one. Here we go. And let me make sure that YouTube is working. It should be. I just need to set it up. Guys, I literally walked in the door. And I'm literally going to be walking out the door in a little bit, you know. Anyway, so here we go. What's the move? Anybody? And again, he says, once again, he says bishop takes pawn check. Now, always look for the unprotected piece. Does that make sense? Daniel, you're correct. Always look for the unprotected piece. This queen is unprotected. And so we ask ourselves, who can capture the black queen? Well, nobody. Then we go question number 2. Is anybody aiming at it? So the piece that's aiming it is the white queen. White queen is aiming at the queen, but the bishop's in the way, right? So what are we going to do here? What we're going to do there is we're going to simply remove the bishop and send the bishop somewhere. So the bishop goes here, check, sacrificing the bishop. The king captures, and now the queen is left unprotected. Yeah, the king's going to capture another piece, but no problem. We can pretty much maybe go check here. Wonder if there's any better moves. We can go here. He takes, and then we can take, no, he can take here. So basically the best move would be here. A lot of times they tend to go right back, and of course then you want to activate pieces. We can maybe go here and attack this bishop, or we can simply move maybe even the pawn. But probably the best move is just, hey, you know what? Let's just bring the rook into play so he can go into the 7th rank, and or rook lift and then try to come out this way. In either case, the answer is correct. Does that make sense? All right, let's go to the next one, guys. All right, so here we go. Here's the next puzzle. Puzzles courtesy of Lee Chess. Right, Lee Chess is by far one of the best. Cool deal. All right, so okay, you know what? I am live on a chess show. On Facebook. I will answer your question on the show. All right, so I got a question from the audience. So look it up. So here we go. Let me first answer this one. Let me get them in there. So what do you think, guys, here? Queen check. Does that make sense? So what do you think here? Queen check, take the bishop. Queen. Oh, yeah. So Daniel's correct again. Look at that. Every time it's your turn, look for the unprotected piece. The bishop is unprotected. The king's on the dark square. Who attacks on dark squares? The bishop. So we can go bishop here, but this knight comes in. We don't get anything. So the move is queen. Queen creates a fork. queen blocks, no big deal. We simply capture the bishop for free. And if he goes there, what can we do? We can capture, right? We can capture or we can move. We can even attack it a little bit more. What else can we do? This guy's in trouble, so we can basically capture and we're okay. See, it says success and continue with this. So guys, let me look at this position that let me stop sharing and let me answer this question from the audience here. All right, Ukala, hold on. Can't move this guy over here. There we go. So hold on, my mouse is in the way. So here we go. I'm going to share again, and I'm going to answer this question. This question comes from the Scholar's Mate. A kindergartner is having a question with this, and so why not answer it, right? So here we go. Online live, and so look at your Facebook. Well, I am on my page live. All right. So here's the answer, and let me give you She sent me a notation, or a game rather, and let's see what happens here. All right. So the move is this. All right. So this is the move. This is apparently from a system A, so pay attention to. Hey Mel, thank you. So pay attention. I'm going to go Mel through the whole game so that we can see it move by move. This is for white. White goes to E4, black goes to E5, bishop goes to C4, and the knight goes to F6. The knight develops here with the idea of protecting the pawn, and the bishop goes to C5, aiming at my weak square. D3 goes up, creating a pawn chain and allowing the bishop to come out to G5. Does that make sense? All right. So then H6 plays with the idea of stopping the bishop from going to G5. So the move here, I don't know. Hold on. My bad. I made a mistake here. Hold on. Let me go back here. And my bad. We forgot knight develops, right? And then bishop goes to G5, all right? H6. Now, guys, when you have a pin, do not capture the knight because the bishop is stronger than the knight. The bishop's applying pressure, so simply retreat. Move the bishop back, and you're cool with that. D6 is played to release this bishop out here. And so the move here is to develop this knight. Knight protects knight, and knight's also going to be attacking both of these squares with the idea of going up there some point later on, right? Bishop creates the pin here at G4. If the knight moves, then munchies on the queen. Black will capture the queen, but two things you want to do. When you're in a pin, you want to move your treasure. The treasure in this case is the queen. So the bishop is the pinner, the knight is the pin piece, and the queen is the treasure. So you want to move the treasure, or sometimes you block. In this case, you block. The bishop will retreat to H5. And then at this point, you move your queen up to D2 with the idea of attacking the H6 square. Not to capture the pawn because it would be a bad move right now. However, this guy, by that point, he doesn't have any other good moves, so he castles, right? He might castle. Now, you do have this pin, right? You have this pin. So think pin, house. This is the house, right? And so now what we do is we attack the pin piece. We bring the knight to D5, attacking the knight, double attacking the knight, ganging up on the knight. If the knight captures the knight, then we have munchies on the queen again. So the knight is paralyzed. He cannot go anywhere, right? And so to that, let's see here. What's the move here? Oh, this guy goes here. The bishop goes there to attack the queen. The bishop is protected by the knight. If you touch the queen in this case, you're going to lose the queen because of touch move. So the queen cannot move out of the way because the bishop is aiming at the king. This is a pin. So the only way to get out of this one is to push the pawn and block the pin with c3, right? Now the bishop retreats, keeping the pin. And now here comes the attack, Mill. This might be the question. Here it comes. I think I might have made a mistake on the notes. I'm not sure, but here it goes. Knight captures the knight check, right? I'm sure you got all that. The little pawn captures, and this here right here creates a wall. This right here creates a wall and does not allow any of these pieces to get to this side to protect the king. So the king is behind this wall all by himself, right? So right there, we make a long queen move. The queen captures h6, attacking the squares around the king, attacking all of these squares, and also attacking the bishop. The bishop now moves to g6, right? Now, this is where learning about the pin or understanding the pin gets you going. This bishop is creating a pin on this pawn. This pawn on f7 loses 4 powers, guys. Loses the power to move, to protect, to defend, and to capture. So this pawn is defending the king. This pawn is defending the king. He is protecting the bishop. And remember, he can't move because moving would be illegal. So because of that, the pawn loses the power to protect the bishop. So the queen captures. The pawn cannot take. You see, the computer does not let me make that move because of this pin. This is the power of the pin that I like to talk about. So the queen captures there. Oh, so the move key RH8 is actually the king. Melly, it's king to h8 because the king's in check, so the king must move to the corner. It's king to h8. We follow up with the bishop captures f6, right? And the queen must capture. Queen captures queen, and king moves over. And then, of course, you can always bring the knight here. Whatever move he makes, it doesn't matter what he makes. He might do here. We simply go here, and we have the checkmate right here. Force. Does that make sense? So yeah, that move you're talking about should not, the R should be a K for king, uh, and the move should be king H8, Mel. All right. Hopefully that helps you there with those notes. But yeah, and hopefully again this explanation helped you a little bit more. Let me know. I'm gonna check on how she did today, and if I will be in there, in room, I think 6102. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to be with the Harlington Bella Middle School, and so drop by. If you have any questions, remember you're a Royal Knight, so you're there. Hey, what's up, hotties? Hey, you did great today. You had a tough match, you and your brother, and you guys are awesome. So let's continue here with puzzles again, okay? So let me go back to puzzles. Let me push this one back here. Let me share, hold on, I don't want to push leave. Let me stop sharing, and then let me present another puzzle for you guys. Share the screen, and here we go with another puzzle. Okay, that's the same one. So let me continue this. So here's another puzzle, guys. Again, the idea here is to expose the king to more text, right? These are the ideas behind this one. So let me go here. It's blocked to move. The bishop just went into f3. He's attacking along this line. I guess he wants to get the queen here at some point. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's trying to do that. So what do you think the move here? I will give you a hint. This is a checkmate. It is called Smothers Mate. Smothers Mate is done with the knight and with the queen. So what do you think the move is here? Think about it and type in your answer. and let's see what it is. What do you see? All right, so oops, wrong one. Um, so what do you guys see here? What do you think? Oh man. All right. Hmm. How do you get out of there? All right, here we go. So give me your answer. Type it in on the chat, guys, and let's see what happens. Man, I'm looking for it, and I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. Oh man, where is it? Uh, so what do you guys see? Any answers yet? Oh man, what do you guys see? What do you guys see? Give me your answer. All right, guys, the answer here is this one. The idea is the knight goes into check, right? He's got a capture, and so now the move is he can't go up there, so he simply captures here, and he gets a win. That he goes there, and of course, from here you can capture this pawn, and you're okay because you can't go there because of the knight. So you don't get the check bait because he has to sacrifice. So you go here, and you're oh, I missed it. Hold on, hold on. Oh no, free bishop, of course. And that is the cool. Yes, and Daniel had it right. It is a knight check here. Now, let me show you how it could have been a smothers mate. Let's say he says, man, I don't want to lose my rook, right? So I'm just going to move my king over. Here's where the smothers mate comes in. The knight comes into this play, creating a double check, right? Creating a double check. The king has to go to the corner. Now watch this. Hey, Alexander, how you doing? Check with the queen. The rook has to capture, and the knight goes into smothers mate. Hey, Alexander, how's it going? How are things in California? You guys are having a great day over there? Awesome, good. Man, believe it or not, I just got in from the regional tournament, and tomorrow's day 2. So we won't be able to get together, Alexander, but hopefully you work on puzzles and you do all that, and we'll get on it next Sunday, and then of course the following 3 Sundays we're gonna get together on Saturdays. Okay, just to double that. All right, so here we go. Let me move this over, and let me give you the next puzzle. Here comes the next puzzle, Alexander. Let's see if you can get it. I'm sure you can. So here we go. Black to move. The knight has moved, and he is attacking the bishop. Type in your answer, guys. Let's see if you can beat Alexander to the punch here. Daniel, let's see if you can beat Alexander to the punch. Let's see what your answer would be. Block to move, and you would be. Let's see what happens. All right, see what you can do. Oh man, what do you guys see? Got it? Somebody? Oh, look at Daniel already. I mean, Alexander already saying the knight to e4. Let's see, is that the move? All right, that is the move, right? Because you're attacking the queen. When the queen is out, attack the queen. That is Grandmaster move number 2, guys. Remember, the Grandmaster moves are here. Let me give you the Grandmaster moves here. Dun, 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 dun. Here are the 6 Grandmaster moves. Every time it's your turn, guys, you want to look for a good check. A good check is a check that forces the bad king to move. A good check is a check that wins material, and a good check is a check that creates temple in your favor. So a good check is always a good Grandmaster move. Grandmaster move number 2 is attack the queen. When the queen is out, attack the queen. Number 3 is attack any unprotected piece. Does that make sense? And then, of course, Grandmaster move number 4 is create a pin. Pins are very powerful, as you saw in the first puzzle there, and you also saw it on the game that I illustrated to to Mel there. All right, number 5 is little pawn attacks big piece. Little pawn attacks big piece. Remember, the pawn is 1 point. The piece could be 3 points, could be 5 points, could be the queen at 9 points. So any piece the pawn attacks, the piece is going to be scared and run away. So sometimes you gain a temple, or sometimes you create a fork with pawns and you win a piece, right? And of course, the final grandmaster move is create a pass pawn. Pass pawn equals queen. So pass pawns are super, super, super strong. Does that make sense? All right, let's see who got here. Alexander's typing too fast. Yes, that's right, Daniel. So that's the move, right? But the puzzle's not done. So what is the follow-up to this move here? So now we have, what do we have here? We got the knight in the middle. What can we do? Well, we wish we could go here to attack these two guys, right? That's what we want to do. But we want to get the queen out of the way. How do we get the queen out of this guy? Well, I was just saying about pawn forks. So here's the move. Little pawn attacks big piece. Look at that. Boom. And then, of course, from there, we can't go here anymore for this fork, right? But the pawn can capture the little pawn, the piece any day, and that is the final move, and we want a piece. Does that make sense? Let me go through that again. All right, here we go. Here's the board. When the queen is out, attack the queens. So the knight to d4, the queen moves here. Look at that. Anytime you have a piece, a square, and a piece, you have that pattern. See if you can push a pawn. So the pawn can attack two pieces. The queen moves away, and you get yourself a piece. Now, if you're worried about this, don't worry about it. You can always just bring the queen in. Yeah, you can always bring the queen to chase the queen away. If the queen takes the queen, you take back with the knight. Remember, when you are winning, trade pieces. So in this case, the queen would probably come back where she came from. And then, of course, from here, you might even put the king here, right? You might even place the king here. Maybe he goes here, or maybe, I don't know, let's just say he pushes pawn, and then you got this rook ready to go here with this bishop, captures this pawn. You got all kinds of mess coming at this guy. Does that make sense? All right, let's go again with this one. Okay, another puzzle here. Here we go. We're on the roll, guys. So white moved here. He's attacking this c pawn, right? So what can we do here? Now, again, look for the unprotected piece. Every time it's your turn, look for the unprotected piece. In this case, the unprotected piece is this rook, but we can't get to that rook. The other unprotected piece is the knight. So when you see an unprotected piece, look at the color. Look at the lines. Can we get to the knight in a straight line or file? Can we get to the line in a straight line that's a rank? Or can we get to the knight in a diagonal? Point from diagonal. Diagonal, look at the color and always go, okay, he's in a dark square. Well, you know what? We can probably attack him by developing an attack and go bishop here and go there. But a lot of times with an attack, the piece is just going to move again. So can we create a fork? Can we create a skewer? Create a pin? That's one of the three things you want to do. A skewer, a pin, or a fork. And so what do you think the move is here, guys? What do you see? What do you see? Tell me what you see. There we go. We're live here. What do you guys see here? Look at the board. And we're live on the YouTube channel. All right, yeah. Check with the queen. Correct. Check with the queen. Is Daniel's correct? The queen was attacking the king, and more importantly, the queen's attacking the knight. And so after the block of the check, boom, we get a free knight. And yeah, Daniel, Alexander also had it. Queen to a5 check. Does that make sense? And then, of course, from there, if the knight goes here, if the knight blocks here, hey, just simply capture with the knight. Pawn takes. Hey, here we go. And the king must move, right? He's got to move to protect this pawn. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you can capture this pawn. If not, grandmaster move will give you the answer. Here we go. Attack the queen. Boom. And the queen has to go one of these squares. Well, maybe here. Unless he moves here, then we do something about that. But if, let's say, the queen moves here, then what can we do? Well, look at this. Look at this move. Wow. Look at that move right there. Is that a cool move or what? Yeah, yeah, that would work, right? Will it? I mean, he goes here. We got check. Uh, and then we go here. We have the other guy. Yeah, yeah, that would work. Look at this. Because if he goes here, we bring out the other. No, no, no. First we go. Actually, no, no, no. We just go straight at it, right? We just go straight at it. Does that make sense? There we go. Wait, wait. That's not even a check. I was thinking of the next. First we go here. He has to move here, and then the bishop goes here, right? And we're okay, right? And of course, when he moves here, what's the move? Well, we have the bishop again here. Uh, well, maybe that wasn't the best move. Right? Maybe that wasn't the best move. So hold on, hold on. So what's the move here? He goes here. Queen gets out of the way. Queen gets could queen get out of the way? Or what about check? Oh no, no, hold on, hold on. What about queen gets out of the way, bishop moves. What's the move? We can go check here. And if he hides, then we can capture. He captures, and we're okay. Does that make sense? Oh, actually, if he hides here, we can even go here, right? And he can't go here. He can't go there. He can't go there. He's got to go here, right? And or he's got to block. Let's say he blocks. Then, of course, from there we have the check. He captures here, and of course we have the check, and he's got to go here. And we wish we could go there, but we can't. We wish we could go there, but we can't. So maybe we just attack the queen, right? We could just attack, or better yet, maybe we can just go. Can we just go there, or nah? Maybe just attack the queen, and the queen has to move maybe there. And you know what can we do? We can capture, or we could just retreat or something, and we're okay. Or maybe just there, and we get out of it. Does that make sense, guys? All right. So cool. Continue. Let's do the next one. All right. So what's the move here? The knight runs away. The little pawn attack the knight. The knight runs away. What is the move here? You have a pin here, and you have a pin here. So it's an absolute pin. The knight cannot move. So what is the move? What do you think? We have possible check. We have again. Look for the unprotected piece. Here it is. Yes, that's right, Daniel. The move is here. Not here. Not here, but over here. Check. He's creating here, and now we capture right there. Yeah, I thought I knew that's what you meant, Alexander. And so right there, it's over. Does that make sense? All right, guys. Let's look at a position here. We're running at 30 minutes. All right, so let me stop here and let me show you another game. Um, so here we go. Um, Let me set that back up there, share, and here we go. And let me go here. Oops. Um, or hold on. Let me hit this one again, and let me hit analyze board. There you go. You guys see it? All right. So hold on. Let me go here. Oh, I know what's going on here. All right, there we go. You guys see it now? All right, cool. So let's look at this position, guys. I want us to look at a game. Um, let's see here. All right, let's look at this short game here. This is going to be a d4 game, d4, d5, pawn queen opening game. And this is the way it's going to go. White's going to lose in this case. White's going to lose in this game. So let's just see what happens. White opens with d4. Black comes back with d5. The knight develops to f3, attacking the center, protecting the pawn, that kind of deal. E6 is played, kind of like a French in a sense. C4 is played with the idea if he takes, the pawn can come into the center, and of course the bishop would be attacking here, and having a pretty good center. They always develop for a center, and Black does c6, creating a sloth position, or sometimes they call this the triangle defense. Triangle defense, because 3 pawns create a triangle. All right, so e3 in reverse French, blocking his bishop and beginning his problems. This pawn move is a problem because he's blocking his bishop. His bishop needs to come out, and he blocked it. So the best move the bishop can go is here. And so the bishop normally wants to go either to f4 or to g5. Otherwise, the bishop's not as strong. So to that, this bishop develops here with the idea of pushing right in here where it's going to castle. The knight develops. Okay, good move, good developing move. The knight develops over here as well. And the bishop develops to d3 with the idea of attacking h7 because black's going to castle in that direction. So all of those are very good moves. Now, watch these pawn moves, guys. Sometimes, notice the queen is blocked from coming to this way, and so f5. Aggressive move in the middle of the board, f5. Black is going to expand on the king side by advancing his pawns. Now, he castles, so guess what? Pawn storm is coming up, right? So the knight is the move is the knight to h6. Can we move the knights to the edge of the board? Yes, if they're going to bounce back into the middle of the board. Otherwise, moving a knight to the edge of the board and leaving it parked there for the rest of the game or for whatever is totally wrong. Does that make sense? Cool deal. All right, my student's just texting me some of his information that I need for tonight's lesson. Awesome, good deal. So, so that's what it is. Leaving f6 for the queen because the knight could have gone here, but instead he's leaving this square open so the queen can come. So the queen can come and park at f6 later on. All right. So you always, as you develop pieces, you got to keep in mind what your other pieces are going to do. So always leave squares available. The queen goes to e2. Oops. The queen goes to e2, aiming at the king. And of course, black castles. Now look at this castle here. He castled, but he's got 2 pawns protecting the king. The f pawn is already marching forward, which allows the rook to create a rook lift to move into this position or this position and come down against the white king. Does that make sense? Hola Mario, ¿qué tal? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. You're up there in Louisiana today. All right, cool. And so the pawn moves up here. Again, if pawn takes pawn, he was hoping to bring another pawn into play. But white is playing too slow. All right. Here comes the queen to f6. Again, bringing pieces closer to where the king is at. This is the king, white king's house, and black is definitely in the mood of invading his territory. Boom. Does that make sense? He's in the mood for that. The bishop goes here. Very good. Too slow. Too little, too late. That kind of deal, like the song says. And of course, the move here, believe it or not, here it is, g5. This guy is moving very aggressively against the king, and that's what needs to happen. Hey, Chase, how's it going, man? Good job today, Chase. All right. And so black is definitely moving forward. He's attacking. His king is his pawns have left him, but his king has no problem because his pawns are very powerful, just pushing and pushing and pushing white back, and you're going to see that in the next coming moves. Black's pawn is not a good one and shouldn't succeed, right? It's not a good one. But look what he has done with his queen's bishop and his queen's rook. However, white has played without any real plan and now has withstand a strong attack. Has to withstand a strong attack. The white pieces have no prospects, especially the bishops and the rooks. And so here comes the knight flips back. Boom. He goes back. Rook moves up to f7 with the idea going here and coming down. And not only that, preparing the rook to create a Alekine's gun aiming at f2. Very powerful, very powerful. Okay, so F3 is play, kind of stopping this attack down in here. But you know what? That's not going to stop black because black keeps pushing forward. He wants pawn takes pawn, or knight takes pawn, and then moves the queen and the rook over, aiming at G2 or doing whatever he needs to do. E4 is the push. Terrible mistake, overlooking black's crushing reply. And here comes the reply, guys. Hold on. What is the move here? The reply here is going to be G3. And this guy is dead. He's got nowhere to go. To that, um, he's got nothing. If he captures with the pawn, here comes the bishop. And look what the bishop's doing. He's attacking these two squares, right? Now, the queen's going to go here and going to cross checkmate at H2. This is how you got to play, guys. You got to be able to develop pieces. You got to be able to attack pieces to control the squares around the king so that your army can push in and destroy no matter what. Play good, solid chess, powerful winning chess, not relying on your opponent making mistakes. So please don't make moves like this, guys. Don't make moves like this. Oh, I'm going to push this pawn here so that the queen can capture, and then I can capture the queen. Oh, and by the way, the knight's going to capture, and then the queen's going to capture here. And then maybe I'm going to go with my, he's going to push the pawn here, and maybe the knight's going to go. He's going to capture my knight, and I'm going to get checkmate. Please, that will not work. Your opponent is going to make better moves than that. So every time you make a plan, make sure the plan is with moves that your opponent is making good moves. Your opponent must make great moves against your moves. If he makes mistakes, then punish him. But don't plan that he will make a mistake. Does that make sense, guys? All right. Let me give you another scenario here. Let me set up a position here for you guys so that we can see this. Let me see. Here we go. Board editor. I'll just go with this one. And let me clear the board. Hold on. Where is it? Clear the board. And let me set up a position here. And let's talk about this particular one. So we have the rooks, right? Let's put a rook here, and we'll put a rook there. Let me pull out this so we can see. The king's going to be here at G7. We got pawns. We got a pawn right there. We got 1, 2, a 1, 1, and a 1 there. And then we got pawn and pawn. So black has all 8 pawns. There is a bishop. Oops, hold on. There's a bishop here, and there's a bishop there. There's a knight there and a knight here, and he's got his queen on F. Oops, he's got his queen on F6, and I believe that is it for the black pieces. Let's put together the white pieces. The white pieces 1, 1, 1, and boom, and down and across. Oops. And of course, the rooks are here and there. The king is on G1. You got 2 knights here, D2 and C3. And you got 2 bishops, 1 there and 1 there. And the queen is right there. Now, white's going to lose this game, right? White's going to lose this game here. So now, let's see if you can guess the best move for black. What? Hold on. Before I do that, let me go analyze. Let me flip. No. Yeah, let me flip the board and let me tell it that it's black to move, and then let's analyze it. All right. So there's the position, guys. Black to move. What is black's best move here? What do you think, Chase? What do you think, Jay? And Alexander, Daniel, you guys that are watching, who else is watching up there? Hey, Norma, how's it going? Abel, Vella, how's it going? Lydia, how are you doing? And Caroline, and of course, some others that are watching. All right, so guys, what do you think? What is the best move? Let's see here. Come on, think about it. Black to move has a winning attack. Actually, it's over. But let's see if you see it. You got to be able to see this. Remember, the king is on the dark square. Always look to the long range pieces. Sometimes the long range pieces are going to be able to attack the queen. I mean, attack the squares around the king. Sometimes there's a sacrifice to expose the king to more checks. And Alexander says bishop captures h2. Now, guys, pay attention to this. This is my student from California. He is a little third grader, guys. I've been coaching him for a couple of months. Well, maybe not even a couple of months. Yeah, he's here. I would say more than a couple of months. We started in the summer, the late summer. And this kid is already going to go to Vegas to play at the World Festival, and he's going to do awesome. He can't come to Texas. This is the student that I was telling you guys that he was going to come to Texas. He has school tests the weekend of the National in Texas, so he won't be able to attend. But he's going to Vegas, and he's going to another tournament already that he's programmed to go to, man. Uh, he does anywhere between 60 to 100 puzzles a day. Yes, you heard it right. So if you want to win the trophy, that's what it takes, guys. Does that make sense? And he's playing kids online that are 1,600 to 2,000. Why? Because he wants to become a solid 1,600 rated player. All right, and he's a Royal Knight. He is leading the way as a Royal Knight student. So guys, that's what you need to do, man. You want to win a trophy this weekend? Well, I don't know how much work you did. I did the lessons. I don't know if you did the work. We have state coming up, March the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If you guys don't do the work, you ain't going to take a trophy home. Man, it's that easy. Do the work, study the notes. Man, I guarantee you, man, you'll be at 5, 6, 7 points. That kind of deal. All right, so here's the thing. The move, what happened? What happened here? What did I do? Did I do something? Okay, no. Ah, oh, I know what I did. I think I moved this. There it is. Okay. So there's the move. So he captures, right? King captures. Well, let's say the king goes to h1. King to h1. What is the move now? What do you think the move would be here? Yup. Then he says, what is it? Man, yeah. Then the queen kills. Awesome, Alexander. I'm sure you'll do great. Yes. And Mario says, yeah, you move the bishop. Awesome. But now let's say that the king moves here. What is the follow-up? Let's see who can give me the follow-up to that move. The king goes to h1, not accepting the challenge. What is the move? Well, the bishop's in the way, right? So the move is simply retreat. And you're controlling here. No, not push the pawn, Daniel, because pushing the pawn would actually, if we would push the pawn here, yes, the king is trapped, but you know what? In this case, it might even work. But will it work? Interesting. You know what? Might be the move, but let's see what the move is. Of course, this is the move, right? King goes, yeah, you go back, right? With mate at h4. With mate at h4 here. You go for the quickest mate, right? And then, of course, here, and then, of course, there, right? So let's look at that. He cannot stop this. He cannot stop that move. Let's say, oh, man. Let's say he goes here. There's the check. He can't block. He's going to go there. He's going to go checkmate. Does that make sense? Now, let's say he moves back out here. You still go there. Let's say, well, he doesn't have anything, man. He didn't have. Let's say he goes here. You still go there. He moves here. You still go there. Either way, it's check. Does that make sense? Yeah, you block it. Now, let's look at this one. Okay, sacrifice. He goes here. Daniel says push. Let's see if we can defend it. Can we defend this position? Um, I would say, yeah. What about queen goes here? He goes there, right? He goes there. Uh, wow, yeah, that does work or not? Hold on, maybe we overlook something here. There, it's got to be a bad move. I mean, one doesn't have to, but it could be. Let's see. He takes here. He takes here. This guy goes. There's a check. He just moves. Um. Wow, that does work, Daniel. I don't see a way out of this one. So, um. Here we go. Well, maybe here he goes here and no. Wow, man, it does. Okay, no, no, no. Oh, wait a minute. What if he goes? But he's got to push the pawn. The pawn's in the way. So if he goes here, he goes here. We go check. Here it is. Um, he goes here. Okay, there it is. That's why he goes here. What if he goes here? This guy goes there. He goes here. Is still checkmate. Oh my goodness! Look at this. It's still checkmate. Daniel, you're right. It looks tough. Yeah, that works. I think the puzzle here was meant for something else. So definitely castle. He goes there, push pawn, and there's no defense. I don't see a defense, man. Unless I'm not missing something. Let me see. Am I missing something? The king's on a white square. The bishop can't get. The queen can't move. Uh, king can't move for sure. Let's see there. We already played that. Um, knight moves here. He goes here. He goes there. No, wait a minute. He doesn't have to go there. Oh, that's why. That's why. Hold on. I'm overlooking this. He could just capture and he doesn't have a check. There it is. That's why. Does that make sense? Yeah, I was overlooking this. So Daniel, that does not work because of that move. Hold on, hold on. That does not work because if he goes here and you push, he's gonna give you the rook, right? If you go here, he's gonna go here. You move the bishop out of the way, creating the check. The king captures, and when he goes check here, he goes there. So, uh, so to that now, let's say you went there and hold on. So you go there and you capture, queen captures, right? And now the queen can't go here because queen takes queen. So this is why the answer, guys, is sacrifice. If he goes here, you go here, creating, the discovery. And then, of course, wherever he goes, it doesn't matter who he does. If he goes here, then of course the move is check. He goes here and the move is there. He goes here and the move is checkmate. Either way you play it, it's going to be a bad game for him. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, guys. So man, hopefully that helps you guys. Let's see what else we can do. Let's see if I can give you another one and one that's to go. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me go back in here and let's go analyze the board. All right, here we go. So, guys, um, something that I saw in some of the players that some of my students played. Let's say the E4, and this guys would go. I mean, my opponents were playing. My students were maybe they were playing perk here, and these guys were developing the knight. You know, guys, when a player does not control the center, in other words, when you play E4 and a player does not push a pawn towards the center, guys, please, if black does not control the center by pushing a pawn either to e5 or d5, you play d4 and control the center. This way, this bishop can go out as well as this one. You want to make sure that your bishops have ways to come out. Does that make sense? Now, Let's say we play, for instance, perk here. All right. So now let's say that again, now let's look at this from a black point of view. So now I also saw some kids pushing a lot of pawns. So let's say this pawn moves here, and pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Look at this. Now we have queen takes queen. He goes here, and this is a free pawn, and this is a free pawn. So the knight goes here with the idea of forking the king and the rook. The only way to protect this position is to maybe go there, right? So to that, you capture the center pawn. And I was seeing a lot of bad checks. These are just bad checks. Pawn's going to force it, move. He moves here. And then, of course, here, guys, you have to look for ways to destroying the pawn structure. You're separating pawns, double pawns here, isolated pawns. So this black has 3 pawn islands. White has 1 pawn island, 2 pawn islands. The player with more pawn islands is losing, guys. Does that make sense? So to this guy can maybe develop the knight this way. Remember, we said if you move the knight to the edge of the board, he's got to bounce back to the middle. Let's say he goes here. We can definitely attack here. Maybe he goes here, and look, we have castle, king side. Maybe he pulls here, and then, of course, from there, we can maybe do that. And he develops, and maybe he develops here. And so if you're winning, guys, trade, create trades, create exchanges of pieces. So the bishop develops here, he goes here, and we capture again, double pawns, 1 pawn island, double pawns, 1 pawn island, double pawns. White has 4 pawn islands. Black has 2 pawn islands. The player with more pawn islands is winning right off the bat. White has no game here. If he dares to challenge, oh no, it's his turn. So what would be the move? Maybe the move might be here, challenging the bishop. He goes here. Well, in that case, you don't capture. So what do? We bring, maybe you protect that guy. If he goes here, again, if you're up a piece or you're winning with pawn structure, trade at every opportunity. Trade at every opportunity. Say he finally goes here. So what do? Man, look at this. We have this bishop here. I mean, this knight here. Or we could just bring the knight back here. Let's say he goes here. Hey, trade. Because you're winning. Let's say he goes here. This guy decides to trade. Look at that amazing pawn structure. It's all about having a solid pawn structure, because that's going to take you to the win in the end game, right? Go pushing the pawn so that he doesn't go here. No problem. You start bringing the king in. You start bringing the king in. Let's say this guy brings this guy to attack die. You bring the king in. Bring the king into the center. That's how you're going to win the end game. Does that make sense? This guy goes here. What can we do? Well, we could push. No, we don't push. So can we go check? No, that would be a terrible move. So maybe we could just simply go here, or maybe even go up here. Push that pawn up. And again, the pawns can't go up, pawns can't go up, pawns can't go here. Maybe this guy pushes, whatever. We bring in this guy. We have and back. So guys, we will see you mañana. We will see you tomorrow. Those of you that are here in Texas or here in the Valley, and you're coming in for the tournament at the regional tournament. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Have any questions? Send them in. Send me a message. I'll be more than happy to send you the send you an answer. If we could do it live on the show, that'd be great. If not, hey, I'll just send you something on text or on Messenger. But guys, those of you that are playing in tournaments, man, you need to have. Thank you, Daniel. Have a great night, everyone. Had a great time. Yeah, you need to start studying, man. Either if not with me, with some coach out there that will push you to the next level. Does that make sense? That will push you to the next level and really see your greatness. I was talking last night. There was a friend of mine had a talk show on, and he was talking to Jake, Coach Jay from out of California and New York, and they were talking about training and all of this, and I was talking about memory. I locked in. I wasn't on the show. Master Allen was running the show out of Tennessee, and so I made a comment in there about one of my students, one of my new students. Man, this kid is what is he, a second grader, I believe. Mac. Today, I think he went 4 points up in the Edinburgh McAllen area. Good job. Only lost one, I think, but I showed him a move that was like 20 moves deep, and then he was notating and doing everything. And so I said, you know what, let me challenge this kid. And so I told him, okay, let's go over all those 20 moves, and let's see if we can get to the end. Sure enough, he got all the way to the end, only one mistake, and it wasn't really like a really, really bad mistake. Guys, work on your memory skills. Work on your memory skills. Um, that's part of learning patterns and all of that. But this kid went 20 moves with only one mistake. He got every single move. He had just learned those moves, and like I taught him on, and then he tried them and he got them. It's not about memorizing, but memory is very important to chess players. Remember, you have to learn to calculate. You have to learn to make a move. What is he going to do? What am I going to do? What is he going to do? What am I going to do? And that takes brain power. So you got to train your brain to think at that level, man. I'm going to have this kid thinking 5 moves ahead by the end of the year, man. And that is what's hard. Does that make sense? So, guys, my student is calling me. I will have to drive now to do a chess lesson right now. And so, guys, good night. Buenas noches. And we will see you next time we see you guys. Bye-bye.